is 10/9 Central, ABC. Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 Utah. News at 10 starts now.
You are looking at a very active storm tracker radar tonight, a night when many people are outside.
Now, storms are moving into the Wasatch Front, and some are developing quite quickly.
And while we can use the rain, some of these storms can be strong.
Lana Brophy's in for Dan tonight, tracking the storms for us from the Weather Center. Lana.
Hi, guys. Yes, very fierce storms that are moving quickly and want to push into the Salt Lake Valley. Now, we are starting to see that storm development into Willa County as well as South Jordan. Let's take a look at that very active radar where you can see that moisture that was pulled at the southern portion of the state has surged north and really wants to make its presence known. We take that close look. We've got storms over Utah County and Spanish Fork moving into Draper and around to Willa. These are storms that do have lightning and pockets of very heavy rain, gusty winds also associated with these storms. Now, the next hour will be critical with so many people outdoors for those fireworks. I know you'll be watching the display, but you also want to be careful out there. Looking at the eastern side of the state near Moab and Green River, we actually have two different flood advisories for this portion of the state. That's out of Castle country, and we just have to be really careful in Castle County, right outside of Moab as well. That swath of moisture filling in over in the West Desert near Delta, Milford, by Richfield, and then let's jump down south. This is where we've got a flash flood warning in effect over the Short Creek area. The neighboring towns of Hilldale and Colorado City under this warning until 11 o'clock as a very strong cell of storms moves through the area. Lake Powell also had a flash flood warning. We're seeing these storms fill in, and they are unruly. They just know that they're packing a punch. You see the green flood advisories blanking in eastern Utah with the flash flood warnings down south. Now, flash flooding potential will stick around into the overnight. That's very atypical for this type of moisture. Our heat today in Salt Lake made it to the high 90s. What does that mean? Well, a lot of instability, folks. That's why as these thunderstorms roll into northern Utah and particularly into the Salt Lake Valley that we have to be extremely careful. To Willa County getting hit right now as well as down near Provo. I will track these storms and keep you posted and let you know when we'll expect a little bit of relief temperature-wise in my full forecast. Kim, Don, back to you.
All right, thanks, Alana. For the latest weather updates and forecasts, just check out our new upgraded app. It's available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. You're taking a live look at the fireworks happening right now at Liberty Park.
Now, with all the restrictions put in place because of the dry conditions, people were encouraged to check out professional shows this year rather than igniting their own fireworks.
Yeah, several cities along the Wasatch Front have imposed bans or heavy restrictions on the use of fireworks this Pioneer Day.
Yeah, the city of West Jordan actually going a step further in enforcement this holiday. Glenn Beebe live at one of those designated sites where people can actually light them themselves.
Well, as you can probably hear and see behind me, things are in full effect here at Veterans Memorial Park. Now, the baseball diamond behind me is just one of only 2 locations where people can legally set off their aerial fireworks. And after a very busy 4th of July, officials say something needed to be done. The signs at these 2 parks in West Jordan make it clear this is the only area where aerial fireworks are allowed. Many first responders say after a busy 4th of July, they are glad the restrictions are in place.
Over 50 fire calls that we've had, and you see property damage and cars burn, and so far we haven't had any serious injuries that I'm aware of.
A ban is only as good as its enforcement, and that's why West Jordan Police has 10 extra officers and firefighters who are only responding to fireworks calls. They say their goal is education.
Quite often, frankly, we don't have the time when we're dealing with the more pressing calls to deal with the fireworks calls until later, and so a lot of those opportunities to get illegal fireworks or to educate the public are missed.
Several residents told us there's been confusion over the ban and the short time frame given. One resident told us while he doesn't mind the designated areas, he wishes there were more of them.
I would like to see more areas like this are available with a broader time frame as well. And also the ban, from what I hear, was placed about a week ago. That's a real short time period, and a lot of people have already bought their fireworks beforehand and have no idea about the ban.
There are still several people out here lighting off those fireworks, and even many who just came to watch and enjoy them. Now, those patrols that we talked about, they are out as we speak. They will be out until 1 this morning, checking for banned fireworks or people lighting them off in restricted areas. And even with the ban currently in effect, firefighters have already had to respond to multiple calls for fires sparked by fireworks. Reporting live in West Jordan, I'm Glenn Beebe.
All right, thanks, Glenn. And tracking fires tonight, and yet another example of how dry it is outside. Fire crews in Sandy spent the afternoon battling a grass fire near 103rd South and 1300 East. That's near the Dimple Dell area. No structures were threatened, but crews did have to shut down 1300 East for a short time. The cause is unknown.
Utah House Speaker Greg Hughes is declaring war on the crime surrounding the downtown homeless shelter. He even set up an office in a vacant police station across the street from the road home to see the lawlessness firsthand. Speaker Hughes says he's frustrated that the state is out spending millions on the problem and it's just getting worse. He wants to hold a homeless summit on Wednesday so that everyone from the governor on down can see the problem firsthand like he is. He expects an action plan to come from that meeting.
I am here in this area because there's no going back. I have no more meetings to hold in terms of reinforcements and more money. We have what we have. So this is it. We move forward from here without excuses. This is where we make our stand.
Speaker Hughes hopes Wednesday's meeting will include a crackdown on the crime. He hopes it includes a daily police sweep through the area to get rid of the drug dealers and get the real homeless people the help that they need.
So painful. You can't explain the pain in your heart for losing a child.
She lost her son. Now she says she's losing the mementos she puts by his grave. ABC4 Utah's Nick McGurk takes us to Ogden, where one woman says graveside thieves are making her loss even more painful.
At Evergreen Memorial Cemetery, thousands of grave sites.
I miss him so much. He's my son. You know, I love him.
None more important to Sarah Hernandez than this one.
He hit 2 trucks head on, and it killed him on impact.
Hernandez lost her son back in July of 2015.
And I knew my son was gone. I knew he was gone.
On so many days since then, she has been here.
When I come and I leave him gifts, it's from my heart. Like, it means so much to me to leave him gifts.
What has happened in between her visits, though,
You can even see the hole still.
leaves a void and makes her pain worse.
People steal from him, and it's hurtful.
Hernandez says she's not the only one to leave sentimental items by gravestones. We can see balloons, flowers, flags. What she doesn't understand is why her son's grave has been targeted over and over.
And I've come to the point where, like, I want to put up a security camera on one of the trees to see who's stealing.
In fact, the cemetery tells ABC4 they have done just that, putting up cameras to try and find anybody who might be responsible for theft.
I know when I drive by and I see all these solar lights in the dark, I think it's really pretty. So we leave solar lights just to kind of shine on his grave. And that's kind of what's getting stolen.
So Hernandez has left this note.
Please be respectful and stop stealing from my son's grave.
It is a plea to those who rob a mother still mourning an unthinkable loss.
I wake up at night or in the middle of the morning and I feel like I can't breathe. My heart hurts that bad.
In Ogden, Nick McGurk reporting.
Hernandez posted about her experience on social media and has heard similar things happening at other cemeteries. We spoke with the cemetery manager who says when they do get reports of theft, it's usually solar lights since they attract attention at night.
The family of a Spanish Fork boy hit and killed by a car last week wants to turn their tragedy into an act of charity. Colt and Cece Sampson rode in the Spanish Fork Fiesta Days parade today. They want community members to donate to Primary Children's Hospital on behalf of their 3-year-old son, Levi. Now, he was riding his bike around a corner when a neighbor accidentally hit him and killed him. Well, they lost their child. They hope donations made to the hospital will help other children live.
We can hide and we can sink and we can go to the lowest depths, or we can just pay it forward and move on and honor him by the way we live.
Now, they chose Primary Children's Hospital because they say doctors saved the life of their oldest daughter 10 years ago, and they wanted to turn their tragedy into service toward a good cause. They hope to raise $30,000 by Friday, which would have been Levi's 3rd birthday. To donate, you can visit our website, goodforutah.com, and then just click on this story. Tomorrow, Arizona Senator John McCain will return to the Senate as it votes on whether to proceed with the bill to repeal and replace Obamacare. The Senate needs 50 votes to move ahead with the bill. At least 4 Republican senators have publicly said they will vote against it, leaving the legislation at least 2 votes short. Today, President Trump increased pressure on Republicans by saying it was their promise to repeal and replace Obamacare, and now they must act. Senator McCain has been recovering in Arizona since surgery to remove a blood clot behind his eye. He was later diagnosed with brain cancer.
Today, the Kennedy Center and Washington, D.C. celebrated Pioneer Day with an unusual flag-raising ceremony to correct a historical error. The Hall of States has 5 million visitors each year. Utah native Ryan Martin visited a couple of years ago and thought Utah's state flag had the wrong year. Well, he went back in March and he realized the mistake was real. The flag used the year 1647 when it should have said 1847.
Took a picture and zoomed in and realized that nope, it's not just my eyes, but it's a real mistake. 200 years of history. Grateful for the Kennedy Center being so willing to have humor about it, and especially to celebrate on this great day, the 24th of July.
And as a way to show their appreciation for Martin's sharp eye, they let him keep the old flag with the wrong date as a souvenir. Pretty cool. Back here at home, Pioneer Day celebrations are nearly over. Cleanup's underway. This morning, thousands of people packed the streets downtown for the parade. Some of them camped out 24 hours to get that good spot. The parade celebrates the day pioneers entered the Salt Lake Valley 170 years ago. And right there, ABC4 Utah's Glenn Mills, Saray Chin, and Brian Carlson were in attendance. Now, parade goers we talked with say the floats just get better every year. Another celebration was also taking place in the very spot the pioneers stopped. This is the place Heritage Park has preserved original houses and stores to teach people about pioneer heritage. Well, today the park also had games and animal shows for the kids. That's a candy cannon right there. Native American tribes were also performing traditional dances and making jewelry out of arrowheads. The day finished with a parade down Main Street.
Still to come on ABC4 Utah News at 10. The wet winter helped the water levels at Lake Powell, but more water means more things to watch out for. We'll tell you why next.
Plus, there's that live look at the Liberty Park Pioneer Day fireworks. But the real firecracker here, Mother Nature. Storms pushing into the state with thunderstorms on deck for our Tuesday. Will they land in your backyard? Up next.
Be the next success story at Total Health and Fitness. Schedule your free consultation today.
Good Morning Utah, weekday mornings at 4:30.
Tonight, it's Canvas Kimmel with football hero Peyton Manning.
That's a good thing, right?
Yeah. From Game of Thrones, Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Will Jamie Lannister survive season 8?
I don't know. And Perfume Genius, Emmy-nominated Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight on ABC.
Watch out, these deals are so hot, they're lava hot. At D-Deli Mazda, lease a 2017 Mazda 3 for as low as $129 a month. Only $129 a month. Or get it for 0% and no payments for 3 months.
That's right, 0% APR and no payments till November.
Get into D-Deli Mazda today or go online at ddelimazda.com.
At the Hyundai Summer Clearance Event, get seriously great deals on any new Hyundai, like up to $6,750 in total savings on the Sonata.
I love summer.
And every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty.
No way.
Way?
Is all this included?
Hurry into the Summer Clearance Event going on now.
I know it seems like a dream, but let me tell you, it's totally real.
Better is the reason to buy Hyundai. And here's another reason to buy now. Lease the 2017 Sonata for just $199 a month or get up to $6,750 in total savings. Only at your Utah Hyundai dealers.
If I got hurt and was laid up at home, I wouldn't even think to call a lawyer. What a hassle. I'd want to meet them first.
What if I told you that for your first consultation, your lawyer will come to you, home or hospital?
Really?
Really.
They do that?
If you've been injured, we'll come to you. It's your job to get better. It's our job to deal with the insurance companies. Seriously injured? Call Siegfried Jensen and we'll get to work on your case today.
Summertime, it's vacation season, or is it staycation season? Whether you're camping cross-state or in your own backyard, Toyota can get you there. Drive coast to coast in a Highlander or have a local adventure in a RAV4. After all, it's your vacation or staycation. Hurry, Toyota's Stay or Go sales event won't be around forever. During Pioneer Days, get great deals at your Utah Toyota dealer, like $3,000 cash back on RAV4 or 1.9% financing for 60 months on Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Watch out, these deals are so hot, they're lava hot. At Southtown Mazda, lease a 2017 Mazda 6 for as low as $159 a month. Only $159 a month. Or get it for 0% and no payments for 3 months.
That's right, 0% APR and no payments till November.
Get into Southtown Mazda today or go online at southtownmazda.com.
Tomorrow at 9, start your day off right with a breakfast burrito jam-packed with protein.
After a very welcome wet winter, water levels at Lake Powell are higher than in recent years.
But more water means more obstacles for boaters and campers, and that changes how we play at Powell. Good for Utah's Alana Brophy recently traveled to the lake to explain.
A very healthy snowpack means higher water levels throughout the state, especially right here at Lake Powell. But that also means you are going to interact with bodies of water throughout the summer differently than you have in years past. With a quick glance at Lake Powell from the marina, you see recreation at its finest. The surface of the water is the same, the vistas still breathtaking.
It's fun surfing and skiing.
Fun surfing and skiing?
Yeah.
Yet it's not always obvious. Mother Nature is mixing things up. On the water, boaters notice subtle reminders of a major shift.
We just noticed when we had the boat anchored that we had to keep adjusting the anchors because I think it's going up, seems like 9-10 inches a day. So you got to keep adjusting the anchors to keep the boat from sinking.
High water levels, the H2O just climbing up the walls of the Red Rock, showcasing some of the highest numbers in the last 2 decades.
I think the prediction is that we'll top off at about 3642 in elevation, which is considerably higher than the last few years. We were almost into that range as recently as like 2011. Other than like that year, we've generally been over the last 15 or 20 years significantly lower than these levels.
Keep in mind, Lake Powell at full pool is 3,700 feet. A look at meager numbers over the past 7 years puts those into perspective. Right now, Lake Powell is 64% full. Some folks say it doesn't seem that high because of the infamous bathtub ring still visible. But National Park Service ecologist Mark Anderson says that ring, formed by calcium deposits on the rocks, would only disappear if the dam were at capacity.
Seeing the bathtub ring itself doesn't really indicate any water shortage or problem. It indicates that Lake Powell is operating as it was designed to do, just going up and down with each year.
Anderson specializes in aquatic systems and has watched this water fluctuate for years. He says a change like this can often boil down to how people recreate.
The shoreline is an entirely new and different shoreline. Somewhere that somebody may have camped last year might be a boating hazard this year.
High water levels means more obstacles you can't see, and that really is the case for any body of water.
There'll be a lot of new pathways that people can take. When the lake comes up and things go under, instead of having to go around the peninsula, you can go straight through sometimes. People will need to be real alert, taking those kind of shortcuts and things that they don't hit something.
When water rises, so does debris. Anything that floats that was once on the ground can be something that you run into, so it's time to be extra alert. So when you hit the water the next couple of weeks, keep in mind, hazards you can't see are out there. And what happens in the winter keeps us on our toes during the summer.
Things that people will remember about Lake Powell this year will be different because it's an entirely different water surface for us. It won't be what we saw last year.
Time now for Utah's most accurate forecast, Weather Rate Certified, 6 years in a row.
You're a busy gal. You're everywhere.
I am. And I love southern Utah. And when you get down there, it's so much to talk about when you talk water levels at Lake Powell. We've seen them fluctuate, so people just have to be careful. Yeah. It's a big thing.
Just when you get used to certain levels and certain sites, and then they're no longer there.
Right? You boat right over some of the areas you were camping last year. So pack your safety.
I'm just jealous of you. I'm just sitting here quietly like,
Don't be. I sweat a lot. We're traveling, running. I'm very uncool.
She's going to try to make it look bad.
Right? I'm really uncool. Hey, take out that live look. Check out the fireworks at Liberty Park. Mother Nature's bringing in her own fireworks, but what is a good Pioneer Day forecast without a little firework action? Love to see that. Mother Nature's not going to be outshined, though, as you take that live look. Our picture-line picture showing, well, just that cloud-to-ground lightning that we're dealing with right now in various parts of the state. Michelle, great picture. Congratulations on the picture-line win. Let's talk about where those storms are as we speak. Now, as we check that radar, we zoom right in, and they're pushing into Salt Lake County. Yep, they want to move right in. Now, I told you they would hold off for the fireworks in the Salt Lake Valley. Liberty Park, get out of there. I know, I'm barely by the skin of my teeth as that storm really wants to push in. We take that closer look there as we kind of jump right in. Check out Mother Nature's storms just pushing through the Draper area, wanting to get into the South Salt Lake. The Wasatch Front just being hammered right now in Utah County and south of that area. These are strong storms, so they got a lot of lightning on top of heavy rain, and they are pushing north towards Salt Lake City. Let's take a brief intermission. Let me show that grand finale. Let me just pop up there if we can. And even if we show the black sky, It's okay because Mother Nature is celebrating in her own way. Liberty Park just wrapping. My producer said, try to take the grand finale. I tried. But how about a finale right here? This is what we're dealing with when it comes to storms in northern Utah. Let's check southern Utah, and then we see on the eastern side of the state quite a bit of moisture. So the Moab area's got 2 flood advisories in effect, and we check down in southern Utah. Zooming in, flash flood warning over Hilldale, Colorado City. Areas right around Short Creek could flood in the next little while, and it's no surprise why when you see this swath of moisture extending into Hurricane, Tokerville, over towards St. George, Orderville, this whole area just getting hit as that pool of moisture really starts to move north. We see that, and as we move north with the radar near Bryce Canyon, Antimony, Panguitch, we still see those storms lingering in that area. They're not going to stop. Into the overnight, we have flash flood potential, which is very atypical when it comes to flash flood potential, but it's going to be there. The blinking area near Moab, this is for Castle County, and that means that, yes, we could see flooding in those areas. You have to remember, when it comes to that soil, there's not a lot of places for that moisture to go. We are seeing that larger cell. We're going to get rain with this in the Salt Lake Valley. Everybody said, oh, I've been waiting for it. It's coming, and it's coming tonight. We see that action in Nevada. That's pushing over into the area, too. Where did this all come from? You're going, hey, well, monsoonal moisture. We've been talking about it forever. We're pulling it up from the south into Arizona, and finally it's surging north, and you see that on the western satellite radar, just pushing into the United States, the southwestern corner of the country. And Utah's no exception there. 98 for that high. Heat is the other story. You know, a lot of people out and about today that didn't see storms were dealing with high numbers. 96 in Logan, 93 in Delta. Somebody treated for heat-related illness at Smith Ballpark tonight because, yeah, it's out there. 98 in St. George for the high. So when Salt Lake and St. George match temperature-wise, that's when you know something's going on. Our summer temperature ticker shows us that we've had 11 days over 100 degrees. And check out some of these numbers. 40, 90-plus degrees today, adding to that 95-plus, as we've seen 29 of those thus far. Okay, where are the storms? Love to play this game on the temperature map because you can see in the 70s near Castle Country, in Utah County, down through Delta, Cedar City. We've got storms overhead and those temperatures reflect that. Still at 90 degrees in Salt Lake as the storm moves through. It's really going to drop us down. Hottest July on track ever. Yeah, as we wrap this month, this will be the hottest month on record since 1894. Futurecast shows us what to expect as those storms continue to push through for the next several hours and into tomorrow. Tonight's not the only round of action. We get a second wave tomorrow afternoon and then again into the overnight Tuesday into Wednesday. So we are tapping into this thunderstorm activity, and that is going to be the case for the next little while. Overnight tonight, temperatures falling into the, well, it depends on the storm, 60s and 70s in many locations. Tomorrow, only at 87 in Salt Lake. Talk about change. 87 because of thunderstorm activity overhead. St. George, only at 93. 96 on Wednesday. Triple digits return when we start to dry it out. Let's look at the Wasatch Front. 80s tomorrow, serving up 80s, and then we get 80s for another day, jumping into the 90s, back up to 99. When it comes down to it, folks, humid conditions, stormy conditions, just be prepared. We've got those storms moving right now. Eyes to the skies. Everybody's rushing to the car, I'm sure, as the fireworks just wrapped. And I just say, yeah, you got to be careful. Mother Nature, a lot of lightning, cloud to ground. It's going to be a party.
More sweat.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's what I do.
Just keep it real. That's just
You boys are lucky.
Yeah, we are. I get to watch sports.
Yeah, every day.
Really lucky. Yeah. It's Jimmer time in China again as Fredette decides to stay overseas, and the Salt Lake Bees try to take down the Isotopes. We've got the painful highlights coming up next in sports.
Settle down, everybody. I've got a lot to cover because we're keeping it hot all summer long with only the juiciest hot topics. And Priyanka Chopra talks ruling the red carpet and becoming a Baywatch babe.
Wendy Williams, tomorrow at 2 on Good for Utah.
A new wave of flavor just hit taco time. Introducing our Island Pork Burrito. Seasoned pork carnitas, topped with our special honey sriracha aioli. Dive into the new Island Pork Burrito today at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
Summertime, it's vacation season, or is it staycation season? Whether you're camping cross-state or in your own backyard, Toyota can get you there. Drive coast to coast in a Highlander or have a local adventure in a RAV4. After all, it's your vacation or staycation. Hurry, Toyota's stay or go sales event won't be around forever. During Pioneer Days, get great deals at your Utah Toyota dealer, like $3,000 cash back on RAV4 or 1.9% financing for 60 months on Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
It's funny how the biggest ideas often make our impact smaller.
how looking closer at soil has helped us grow our thinking. And by creating digital tools that make resource use more precise, we use less. Like many industries, agriculture uses data to evolve, but you might not see our greatest innovations because they help keep what the earth has given us right where it belongs. We give back by moving forward.
Giant bugs have arrived. Get ready for an unforgettable infestation. Holy cow! Bugzillas at Utah's Hogle Zoo. It's a big deal.
You can drive a truck, or you can team up with one. The 2017 Nissan Titan has your back for the long haul. Backed by America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Take on any job in Nissan Titan, America's fastest growing full-size truck brand. Get a low $289 per month lease on the 2017 Titan, or save up to $10,260 on Titan XD. A new wave of flavor just hit taco time. Introducing our Island Pork Burrito. Seasoned pork carnitas, topped with our special honey sriracha aioli. Dive into the new Island Pork Burrito today at Taco Time, where real ingredients make better food.
Stay up to date with all the Brent Brown Toyota CW30 Street Team fun.
Follow us on Facebook.com/CW30Utah to see us live at our next event.
Wherever the Street Team goes, the party follows, so join us and don't forget to express yourself.
Time now for ABC4 Utah Sports with Wesley Ruff.
It's Shark Week, and Jimmer Fredette is taking it seriously. He's going to play for the Sharks in China. Signed a contract today to go overseas again. Fredette signed a 2-year deal worth $1.8 million to stay with the Shanghai Sharks. Fredette was the league's MVP there last year, averaging over 37 points per game. He dropped in 73 in a double overtime game last year for Shanghai. The 28-year-old Fredette has played for 4 NBA teams. His last was with the Knicks in 2016. Well, BYU football practice starts this week. The team is feeling more comfortable heading into Kalani Sitake's second year. Linebacker Fred Warner is hoping to settle into a routine because his role has changed a few times.
Yeah, it's different because I played in 2 different defensive schemes. Now I played in the 3-4. I played in the 4-3 outside and inside. But yeah, I like playing in space, but I think it's more natural for me to be in the box, you know, making tackles and going up against those offensive tackles and tight ends. So that's where my natural play is.
Big crowd tonight as the Salt Lake Bees wrapped up a 4-game homestand against Albuquerque. First inning, deep fly ball to center field. Bo Way of the Bees goes back, spins, makes the catch, and then, ouch, hits the wall. I'm no doctor, but that probably is going to leave a mark. Bo's a tough guy. He was okay. Bees not okay. Albuquerque was able to beat Salt Lake tonight by a score of 8-4, but the fans got to see some fireworks afterwards, so not a total loss. And the new British Open champ Jordan Spieth is still being praised for his remarkable comeback yesterday. He started the day with a 3-shot lead, ultimately lost that lead, but came back to go 5 under par in his last 5 holes. His round was a roller coaster with 5 bogeys, 4 birdies, and an eagle to shoot 1 under par 69 and win by 3.
Boy, this was eventful. I told Michael and I told Jay after the round, I said 17 pars and a birdie would have been fine too. But, you know, there's a lot of roads to get there.
The road Spieth took there was all over the place and included a penalty for an unplayable lie and a drop into the driving range where he made maybe the best bogey of his life. And even though he fell out of the lead at that point, he said it was a good thing.
I felt once I lost my lead completely and we were tied, I actually felt the nerves go away for a few holes until I got the lead again, and then they were back.
Spieth now joins 7 legends of the game as the only players to win the Masters, the U.S. Open, and the British Open in a career. Now he needs just the PGA Championship to complete the career Grand Slam, and he says that will be a driving force for him.
Tons of motivation. I mean, the PGA from now on will always be, will always have that, you know, that headline, and it will always be something that I'm thinking about. I'm glad that I only have 1 leg left. I almost won it a couple years ago. I know that we're certainly capable of it. It's a course that I've played, I'm not extremely familiar with, but may as well go and give it a go. We're in form, and it's only a few weeks away.
In a recent poll of tour players, Jordan Spieth was voted the nicest guy on the tour. Oh. Number 2, Tony Finau from Utah.
Oh, wow. There you go. Well, in this case, nice guys finished first.
That's nice.
We'll be right back.
Holland & Hart celebrates innovative Utah businesses that are pioneers in their fields.
Don't miss the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row. You'll find great deals on bedroom, living, and dining throughout the store. Plus, save up to 50% on all outdoor living and up to 3 years no interest. The back-to-school sale is on now at Furniture Row.
Summertime, it's vacation season, or is it staycation season? Whether you're camping cross-state or in your own backyard, Toyota can get you there. Drive coast to coast in a Highlander or have a local adventure in a RAV4. After all, it's your vacation or staycation. Hurry, Toyota's stay or go sales event won't be around forever. During Pioneer Days, get great deals at your Utah Toyota dealer, like $3,000 cash back on RAV4 or 1.9% financing for 60 months on Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Putting together the perfect home is like building a puzzle. Let the Salt Lake Parade of Homes fit those pieces together perfectly. Take a tour and get inspired with the latest innovative building and design techniques. July 28th through August 12th. Regular admission is $16. Save $3 when you use promo code ABC17. Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Discover the new possibilities and creative ideas at the Salt Lake Parade of Homes. For more info, go to saltlakeparade.com.
You can drive a truck, or you can team up with one. The 2017 Nissan Titan has your back for the long haul. Backed by America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Take on any job in Nissan Titan, America's fastest growing full-size truck brand. Get a low $289 per month lease on the 2017 Titan, or save up to $10,260 on Titan XD.
For the last 50 years, Lagoon's Terror Ride has frightened guests of all ages. This year, as an anniversary gift to you, Lagoon has reimagined this historic dark attraction. Are you brave enough to ride? Well, this is your chance.
Summertime, it's vacation season, or is it staycation season? Whether you're camping cross-state or in your own backyard, Toyota can get you there. Drive coast to coast in a Highlander or have a local adventure in a RAV4. After all, it's your vacation or staycation. Hurry, Toyota's stay or go sales event won't be around forever. During Pioneer Days, get great deals at your Utah Toyota dealer, like $3,000 cash back on RAV4 or 1.9% financing for 60 months on Tundra. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't miss the back-to-school sale at Furniture Row. You'll find great deals on bedroom, living, and dining throughout the store. Plus, save up to 50% on all outdoor living and up to 3 years no interest. The back-to-school sale is on now at Furniture Row.
Well, before we go, Alana's sweating about it, but we're going to check in with her.
Thunderbolts and lightning. I wasn't sweating this. I said it would be okay through the fireworks. It was, but now as everybody heads home, they're going to see these storms. Look at them pushing into South Salt Lake, the West Jordan area, Utah County getting hit. We're going to see plenty of heavy rain and cloud-to-ground lightning for the next several hours, guys. So be careful.
All right, if you like sleeping in the storm, there you go.
If you like Jimmy Kimmel, he's up next.
Hair care for members of the Good for Utah team.